right, tough crowd out there. Get you. Cool. All right, let's get rolling. This thing is really only one page, and it's weird. Depending on our market, it will take. We'll see it, then we won't see it. When it becomes a buyer's market, everybody's going to want to try to put out the best foot forward. You can use this as a negotiating tactic. Let's say the house is listed for $200,000, and your folks really love it. There's two prices. There's a like it price and love it price. But if this is the one that checks all 10 boxes, it's $200,000. Let them pay as much as they can afford. If they love it and they're qualified for 210 or 215, go way over list price. If they're willing to pay 215. Now, we've got some protections in it, and I'll go through it, that it's still got the appraisal in it. So if it only appraises for 205, well, three things can happen. Is either we can lower the price, void the contract, or the sales price is still 210, and we're a difference of $500 or $5,000 that the bank's going to loan, and then the buyer can bring that extra money. But I think this is a great tool. It's a negotiating thing, but you really need to understand how it works before you get going. So let's share my screen. And what I've done is I just do the same thing here, just kind of bring our do it in PDF. And I use the same Bobby the buyer, Betty the buyer, Sarah the seller, and Sam the seller. So typically we do this addendum at the same time as when we offer our the contract. So that the addendum is made on today's date, the contract offer on the same date between the buyer and seller. And all this will flow over through zip forms. And it says right here that all the parties agree this contract is modified as follows. It says, if prior to ratification of this contract, so that means if we've got multiple offers going on right now, the seller receives one or more additional written bona fide offers, not verbal offers, not things on cocktail napkins, a bona fide offer to purchase the property with terms acceptable to the seller. So we're close. They like the terms, which the seller would receive an equal or higher net, not gross, but net. So $200,000, $10,000 closing cost, net is $190,000. Then this contract sales price shall automatically increase to amount which generates net to seller equal to, you got to put $1 in there above any other offer. So this is like eBay. So if something's for sale for 10 bucks and you want it, put $200 on it. And it's going to keep going up by $1 or $5 or whatever it is until you get to your max price, which is in the next line. So if an offer, let's say that they have a bona fide offer for $200,000 and we're going to bump it up by $500. So we could potentially pay $200,500 for this property. Okay. It doesn't say to the max. So let's just say if you put $300,000, it doesn't mean go all the way to the top, because you're going to have to show the other offer. So when we receive these, doesn't mean go, wow, we just got an offer for $300,000. No, you've got it, the price plus the bump up, plus the bump up. Now, when you're working two of these offers, you could be going back and forth. Okay, so it says if other offers include escalation terms, this automatic increase will be applied to the next escalated. So let's say if they got 500 and we got 500, so they're 205, we're 201, 2015, and you keep bumping up till the maximum wins. Okay, so the net is defined as the sales price and the price less all the seller's conditions or concessions. So remember, that's the net. So $300,000, $50,000 closing cost, the net is $250,000. So sometimes you just need to get a piece of paper and draw the lines and do it like that. So not only this is good to understand for when we present an offer, but when we receive an offer too. Now, you got to pick option 1 or option 2. Option 1 weighs appraisal valuation. So what they're saying is we don't care what it appraised, we'll bring up the difference. If the lender's appraisal is less than the sales price, purchaser agrees to proceed to settlement without regard to the amount of lender's appraisal. Purchaser agrees to pay the sales price from loan proceeds provided by the lender, any excess fund of cash acceptable to the lender. So they might have cash in reserves, but the lender won't allow them to borrow it from grandma or someone like that. And then here it says, if the settlement does not occur to the purchaser's failure to comply with the terms of this paragraph, the purchaser shall be in default. Default's a nice word for breach. So make sure they fully understand this when they check appraisal. I would only recommend it checking option 1 when they really love it, love it, love it, love it, because this could have some financial ramifications. It says if VA or FHA financing is used, this paragraph is not applicable and shall not be selected. So you can't use these for VA or FHA. So really this is only conventional financing or cash. Or option 2 retains the appraisal. The appraisal language from this above reference contract remains in full force. Typically, that's the one that offers the most protection. But like I said, if they love it or there's another reason that they want to do it, you can certainly use option 1, but understand that that's a big deal. So when we send this over, and then for them to say, yep, this is how they show us the money. It says seller shall provide the purchaser the complete copy of the other offer, not the front page, but the complete copy to justify the escalated sales price with this addendum. They write the number in it, the terms, purchaser, selling company, sales price, net, offer date, selling agent, total concession. This is a synopsis, but get it back. I've seen people just send over the front page. No, got to send a complete copy. This is like a home inspection addendum. Home inspection addendum says complete copy. It says any changes in sales price under this addendum will be effective and binding upon seller and purchaser upon ratification of contract and this addendum at the above escalated sales price. Purchaser and seller agree that initially these changes in the price and specified financing paragraph of this contract upon request of either party. So what it's saying is that, yep, we're going to go back and take the ratified contract and write $200,000, where $200,000 is, we're going to write $205 upon request. Purchasers made this offer of his own volition and discretion. We haven't put a gun to their head and say, buy it. This is cover our butts. Purchaser and seller agree to hold agents and their respective brokers harmless with regard to the sales price negotiation. Having read and understood the foregoing, we, the undersigned, hereby ratify, accept, approve, confirm, acknowledge the same to be part of our contract. Reason why we got this extra language in here is because it is a big deal and we need to understand it. They sign it and put it in there. That is it. I mean, I'm going to tell you, that's not even 15 minutes. It's pretty simple, but you need to understand what could happen to it and about waiving the appraisal. If they got $50,000 in the bank and they love it, I mean that's the house they want. It's got the deck or the pool or whatever. Maybe it's their childhood home or something, or maybe they're moving and they don't have time to buy it. But make sure you guys really need to understand this. I mean, it's kind of hard to see here, but I've highlighted some stuff that I did pull up through the PDF very well. But it's pretty. When people look at it, man, it's one page, it's no big deal, but this could have some serious ramifications. So I hate to say that's it. Does anybody have any questions? And I'm going to unmute everybody so I can make y'all talk. I'm going to try to.
Nope, good information. No.
I do have a question. I've never used this. So is this given once a buyer has submitted an offer and the listing agent says we have another offer?
All righty, folks, that's all I have. I mean, this is a pretty simple addendum. In this market, in lower price ranges, you will see this. If we all of a sudden have a lot of inventory out there and it becomes a seller's market, you won't see this very much. So, I always say, in order to be a good listing agent, you got to be a good buyer's agent, and this is what we do. We don't think we don't think he heard the question. Anybody? No, I didn't. I didn't hear any question.
Can you hear me?
Type it. Yes, this thing is submitted with our offer. Typically, we submit this with the offer, but let's just say if you call them up and they say they don't have any offers, and you don't put it over there, and then, you know, at a common courtesy, the listing agent calls you back and says, "Hey, listen, we have another offer coming here." Then you can add the addendum. You can add the addendum to it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with adding it after the fact. I would just worry, not worry, but be concerned, you know, when you do it. Listen, if you know this is what they want, have this conversation with them. So when you're yes, we're working for our clients, but we want to be able to educate them all along. So when something happens, you know, this is a technique that we can use, and we're seeing it like in lower price properties. But yes, submit it with the offer when you know it's multiple offers. Now, when I say out of the kindness of their heart, they're under no obligation to tell you that they have another offer. I think it probably it's in their client's best interest to say, hey, maybe we, you know, instead of $200,000, we can get 205 or 215 or whatever like that. Sometimes your buyers might say, the heck with it. I'm not gonna. I mean, I made my best offer and I'm done with it. I'm not gonna get in a bidding war. And we always can't change people's the way they think about things, but you know, we can have a conversation with them. You know, you look at when somebody submits an offer, you should do a CMA. Is that house worth $200,000 or worth 210? Hey, wow, it's worth 210. You better be prepared that somebody's going to offer more from that. And a lot of clients don't understand. This is not Walmart. If you know they have one widget and we run it across the scanner, we get it. Just because you put a price in it, it may not be the best price. I mean, it could be, you know, the other guy $5,000 less, cash close in 15 days, or a conventional versus a VA loan, or somebody might say, hey, they want a VA loan because they want to help with that. So simple, easy, great negotiating tool. Understand it not only for your clients on the listing side, on the buy side. So anybody else? Going once, going twice. Awesome. Thank you. You guys have a great day. If you need me, listen, I'm here in the office. Call, text, email. We're here. Thanks.
Thank you.